What's up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room, and I'm back at you with another video. Listen, this is your market wrap up for 11 June, and we got a great video for you. I need you to pay attention, check the description out, and as always, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're ready, follow me, and let's go to war. Hey team, again, just want to remind you that we're moving right now, so my studio isn't set up, and so bear with me with the videos. They're not like I normally like to do it. I like to have more face-to-face contact and kind of explain how we're doing it, but I still want to give you guys content. I still want to give you guys that relative material to what's going on. So thank you guys for understanding. I'm sure you guys have all moved sometime in your life and you guys know exactly what's up, but we're going to get you guys the content, and I can't wait to give you guys that great content when I get my new studio up. So let's get it. Traders War Room wants to remind the viewer that all content on this channel is for education and entertainment purposes only. You are responsible for every decision you make within the stock market. Tread cautiously and be careful, but have fun and go to war. All right, let's get at it. This is the Buzz Report, what's hot and what's not in the stock market. There's your markets, green across the board, and the bond yield 10-year not doing too bad, staying low just like we like it. There's your movers and shakers. We look at our most active, our top gainers, and our top losers. I want to highlight NOVN. We alerted that on the social media platform. Congrats to everyone that rode that to the promised land, man. You guys did great. And one other one, you won. This is the diversity play, okay? Now listen, 19 June is Juneteenth, and I got a TWR special coming here soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'm going to interview people for Juneteenth and Black Wall Street and talk about diversity stocks, but pay attention this coming week because these are going to be popping and locking. And how I'm playing this: buy the rumor, sell the news. I want to be cash fluid with all money in the bank and all my stocks sold out except for my long holds before the 19th hits. So market movers, let's get it. Here's your one-day sector performance. Financial, infotech, and consumer discretionary carry the weight. 5-day, we've been seeing healthcare on a tear, infotech still up, and real estate. Don't sleep on real estate, okay? All this information tech, this industrial park stuff, all this infrastructure bill type talk that you hear has to have real estate go along with it. So keep your eye on real estate. It's going to start popping off here real soon. All right, headline: inflation scare. Look at this chart before freaking out, and chatter around meme stocks grow quieter as the sector seems uncertain. End of the week. Now listen, inflation scare has been there, but we're starting to see some resurgence into the stock market. Now pay attention to this though. We're not seeing a lot of big purchase long hold type things. We're seeing a lot of big purchase short hold in and out type of plays, so pay attention to that when you're making your trades and your decisions in the stock market. And also we saw the meme stocks, they kind of took a cool off period towards the end of the week. They were all running high towards the beginning of the week and started cooling down. Look for a little bit of resurgence for some of the bigger names to come back next week and moving on into the week after that. They all need a cool down period and just allowing it to dip. People get paid, they buy more stock, pull into it, diamond hands that stuff, and then the stock starts going up the more longer that people hold. So pay attention, and that's it. The Buzz Report, what's hot and what's not. All right, our question from the Frontline. We got a question from the Discord, and it's a good one, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time on it than I normally do because it's definitely something that people need to understand, and it kind of correlates to one of the big gainers this week, but also one of the big losers as well. So let's get at it. All right, our question from the Frontline comes from the Warrior Tweety 328 Chuck. Did you know about NOVN or ORPH before it ran up? I want to know how I can learn about these biotech plays before they shoot up. Tweety 328, listen, all of this stuff, I didn't know about these things, but how I was able to get in at such good prices and ride these up for a decent amount of profit is based solely off of volume, okay? A lot of times these flash plays, these flash spikes, it's all based on volume. And if you're not paying attention to the volume screener, you're doing yourself a disservice. And we're about to go over that in detail so you guys can get spun up and you guys can start using the volume icon to find these stocks that start spiking and peaking, and then you check the chart and look for your setup. So look, when you're looking for volume, you can use any platform. I'm using Webull right now just to show you because a lot of people have it, but underneath most active, look at that. You got volume, turnover rate, and range. Now the volume is going to give you just off top the top 5 volume for whatever stock. This of course is after hours, so the only ones you see are the ones that closed with the volume leaders, right? But if you press the button, you can expand it out and see more, and this will give you some things that are on from, like, you know, 1st to 20th, and you can go all the way down to the least volume in it as well. But you definitely can see the trends and see which ones are popping in front and pulling back throughout the real time. So there you go, you pulling it out, you're looking at it. We got like the top 20 right here. All you got to do is you see something that interests you, it's in the price range that you like, it's in an industry that you like, man, click on it and take a look at the chart. And if you see a good setup, then that's what you do, man. Stay consistent with your setups. When you see an entry point that you like and then the chart looks the way you like, and you like the volume and you like the price and the action is running, and don't be afraid to get into. I say this all the time to a lot of my, you know, traders out there that follow me and that pay attention to what I say. Scared money don't make money. Don't be afraid to hop into something even if it's 50% up, okay? Because it could jump to 100%, you never know. But the thing that won't make you money is scared money, all right? Now, if you FOMO in and you notice it starts crashing, 10% stop loss, get out, man, okay? Now let's take a look at one of these stocks that boomed earlier in the week and then just tanked completely. And if you FOMO'd in too late, you might have got caught up holding some big bags. I'm talking about that ORF, so let's take a look at it. All right, so we're looking at ORF. Notice when the volume hit the first line at the very bottom, that blue line, that's when you started seeing it on the spike scanners. The second time it halted up, that's when it drew my attention, man. I started paying attention to it. I got in at 10.09 and I was able to sell around $55. Now, I left a couple runners just in case something happened, you know, because I was already in profit anyways. But I want to show you guys these things. Look, notice how it's just a ladder step all the way up, right? Each of those steps is hitting the volume indicator on the screeners more and more times, and each time it's going up, it's drawing more people's attention. People are getting in, people are getting excited. Once you start hitting a stock that's jumped all the way from like $5 to like $30, you're starting to get people to get into that FOMO range, right? A little too much too soon type of thing, and you need to start thinking over your exit plan, especially if you're in early, okay? You don't need to be greedy. You already made a killing. You got in at say like $6-10. You're up 30-40 bucks, man. You've already made a killing. $30 per share. You know, you can ride it up a little bit further, but we don't need to be greedy, man. We want to secure that profit. Remember, TWR principles: planning, training, managing, and securing, okay? Secure your portfolio and make sure you get that money. And you don't want to be that guy that hits that $77 button and you see that big red candle and it's a sell-off. And I'm about to show you the volume that came with that sell-off, and it was a beast. Boom, the sell-off came. Look at that, 60% down, almost 1 million volume right there. And that's why, my friends, it went from $77, halted down to $50, and then halted all the way down to 20 bucks. And people were SOL because of the huge ass halt and that big, huge gap, okay? So no FOMO, remember, don't get greedy. And if you start seeing it run up and you've hit, you know, already 100%, 200%, 300%, man, at least secure some of your profits, man. I went in with like 100 shares and notice I only got 5 running shares. That's 5 just to see what'll happen with it and just to take a look and just chill out, okay? I didn't keep a huge percentage because I already made my money. Definitely lessons learned, because I've made a mistake before and I definitely don't do that again. All right, from the Discord, Be More Like Bree, she's asking me, hey, take a look at TLIS. It looks like it's a killer. So you know what? You asked for it, I'm going to give it to you. Let's break down TLIS and see if it's something we're interested in. All right, so off top, TLIS, we're looking at a downtrend since March, but it looks like we might be looking towards a reversal coming into this end of this week and into next week. So let's take a look at the 5-day chart. All right, we're seeing some up and downs, some spikes, some consolidation. Okay, we got a downward support line of $9.72, upper resistance of $11.93 coming into the end of the week. Definitely looks like from the 10th into the end of this week, we got a cup forming. Possibly could be going into a handle. We'll have to see what happens in next week. I would be looking at this, probably going to pull back to closer to 11, but then we could be definitely going for a breakout if we get a little bit more volume. Volume hasn't passed 500K yet, and if we get some PR and some volume, definitely looking like this could be appetizing. This to me is looking more of like a 90-day to 6-month type of swing trade rather than a day trade looking for a pop. All right, looking at the company, we see it's biotech, medical research, and pharmaceutical. I like that industry. A lot of upside, a lot of low price stocks that haven't exploded yet, and they can upon good news and definitely good products. We see that 80% of its institutions owned, and I like that because institutions typically don't like to get in too deep in companies that they don't see a future potential. All right, we see that we got some analysts, 4 analysts. We got 25% strong buy, 50% buy, and 25% hold. I like the fact that we don't see any sell or underperform. We're seeing our top level $16 by an analyst, low level 13, so we got some room to increase. And we see that this company engages in developing molecular diagnostic tests for infectious diseases at point of care. Man, this business right now, this particular type of industry is skyrocketing, okay? Listen, these are industries that you want to get into, man. The biotech is booming. And I want to just highlight real quick that all these failed COVID test research and developments that didn't come up with a vaccine underneath Operation Warp Speed, all that data and all that research is not being wasted, okay? It's being used in these new biotech things because, yes, it didn't create a COVID vaccination. Got it. But it's being used to check on diabetes, Alzheimer's, cancer, other things, weight loss drugs, things of this nature. Everything's being utilized in other avenues because the data is still relevant and it's still there. So definitely bullish on this. Like I said, I think this is a 90-day to 6-month, and we probably would see some upside potential. Definitely, I would wait till it comes back a little bit closer to 11 on a pullback. But I do think we got some upward momentum, and we could potentially see a 2x stock in the future by the end of the year. All right, so let's get into some winners and losers this past week and see if we can find some few things to look into forward next week and maybe a little bit further. All right, looking at the 5-day chart on NOVN, look at that, man. That was beautiful. We went from $7.90 all the way up to an 18 and then a pullback, and it looks as though we're starting to get some consolidation. So I like where it's flagging at currently. Definitely could have some continuation going on the next week. We'll have to play the market how it gives us on Monday, but I'm going to put this on the watch list because I definitely think this has a little bit more room to go, but I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back down to that red line, that 50 EMA, before it shoots back up. So watch list, but definitely bullish on it. Another one that I really like how it finished this week out, and we got some hard consolidation with some definite good lines of support and resistance. Next, NEXT. Keep this on your radar at this level where it's at in this $4.20 range. I like where it's at. Definitely has room to go up, and it's consolidating hard. So we're paying attention to this one next week for continuation. All right, this one dropped super deep, man. This was hard, and look at that. The RSI has this thing right at its 30 level and even dipped down to the 10 level. So I like for this being a bounce play. We'll have to see what this does when the market opens, but this could definitely give us some potential for a good run up. I could see this easily going up to $12 on a bounce play. So we'll see what it does, but this is going to be on the playlist for next week as well. And finally, GLTO. Looking at this one, this is what is a prime example of a little too much too soon, and it probably isn't going to see 1641 for a while because it dropped all the way back down and consolidating hard. I don't see this going up. This one is probably not one that we want to get into because I'm not seeing any potential here. I don't like the money flow that it has. The RSI is not where I want it to be at. Maybe this could possibly be a day trade, but definitely if you think this is going to pop up for a 3x up past 15, I think this is not going to see that for a while unless we get some serious catalyst moving on next week. So definitely on the idea. It's a back burner though. All right, some stocks to consider for next week. I like PROG moving into next week. Had a strong close. The week it was up. It was doing its thing. We had some ups, we had some downs, but it closed the week strong. PROG is going to be on the watch list because this one, I think, has a little bit of pullback coming in Monday morning, and then we start seeing it making higher highs and higher lows. This one's another example of a little bit too much too soon. MDIA, it boosted up on a new CEO into it, but I think it's going to have a pullback. 719 just seems a little too much for it. I'd like to see this back probably dip into the 6s, maybe the 5s next week, and then we could start seeing if it's for real on a continuation uptrend. So definitely looking for this pullback. I mean, look, this week it did 100%, so I don't think it can hold this. I think we're going to see the pullback, and we can look for an entry point around $5. This definitely piqued my interest. I'm looking at this one going into next week. I think it has a little bit of room for a pullback though. Again, it closed a little bit too much too soon, but I think we see this kind of pull back into the 250 range, and then we could see it going up from there. So I'm good. My eye on this one. This one also, it's in that therapeutics, that biotech medical research. So we're looking for some more continuation moving on next week with this one as well. And this is the one that really got my eyes. I like this MTC. This one closed strong as hell moving into the end of the week. I like this sideways movement. You know, it could do definitely a little bit more. I see this has room to grow. It was only up 14%. So definitely it's going to be on my radar. I see this pulling back maybe to the $1.60, $1.50 range. And then possibly we could see a breakout towards the $2 range and beyond if we get enough volume in it. So MTC, you're going to be on the watch list for sure come Monday morning. Again, that wraps up the video. Hey, listen, this is the market wrap up on Friday. I want to thank you guys for bearing with me while I move my new studio. I can't wait to get you guys spun up when I get to my new house and everything is in order. I appreciate you guys coming along with me on the journey. I hope you got something out of this video. And look, Traders War Room, we're looking at the stock market like it's a war zone. The stocks and the sectors, those are our battles, and we're doing it together. Attack, destroy, and conquer as a community, man. If you guys aren't on the alerts and you're not in a social media platform, man, make sure you hit that description button and spin yourself up and get plugged in because we are doing great things out there. End goal always and will forever be, as long as I'm running the show in TWR, is that we're better prepared today than we were yesterday, and we're doing that together as a team. If that sounds good, hit the button, come join a team, and as always, if you're ready, follow me, and let's go to war together, team.